And then the 13 Marines who got blown. I was like,
Horrible.
so it is still even hard for me to comprehend to this day.
How do you convince someone to do that?
I think a lot of them want to. They've probably already been victims of, violence from Taliban. They're like, fuck this, I'm out. I don't care if I die. I want these guys dead.
It's crazy that you looked at that. Those guys were even more about it, though. I wouldn't have thought that.
They're about it.
You have some crazy gunfights out there?
No, because, I mean, I was at SEAL Team 6. We roll at night with dudes who shoot super fucking hard. We have all the right gear, and we're sneaky. And our gunfights were a lot of times one way. Been a couple, but it's usually one direction, and then we leave. That's
Bye-bye.
it. That's it. Yeah. Those conventional units, or like even MARSOC guys, or and all these other guys who are like posted up on roofs and just for days and shit, and like the fights they get in, I'm like, God damn, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the way we operated when I was there and the missions I did would be the equivalent of walking up to a drunk guy at a bar and just knocking him out and then leaving. Like there wasn't really any big fights.
Yeah, that's really.
We had a couple, but
yeah. When I had Ephraim Matos in here, he was there a few years after you, but he had some wild firefights in Afghanistan, like in the tree lines, like boop, 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 shit. Like his storytelling on that, I felt like I was there, but it was crazy because it's like, our guys are 100 yards up there. Our other guys are 100 yards down there. They're behind trees. We can't see them. They got snipers in the town right there. There's an open field over here. It's like, how do you even,
dude.
I don't have that background at all. So it's hard for me, but holy shit.
That's wild.
Yeah.
We had some interesting stuff. We had a tree line. We had a dude up in the tree, and our K9 got hit, and we smoked those guys. But everything we do is at night. We have night vision and lasers. I mean, it's a cheat code. And we have every asset you can imagine.
Finding a guy in the tree at night is a cheat code?
No, us having night vision and lasers and them not. That's a cheat code. You can see at night. It's wild. And they can't. So like it's unfair, which is good. I don't want to fight fair when I'm going to war.
So we hadn't given them our weaponry yet.
No, this is post. You guys have all of our cool shit now. This is pre that, yeah.
They're running around the woods with night vision.
Yeah, like, hey,
where was this?
You see your name stenciled on it? That used to be mine.
Oh man, what did you think in August 2021 when you saw that as a guy who had been there?
I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way. What's happening? It was equivalent of watching 9/11 on the news. Yeah. I was like, is this really happening? And the people hanging on the planes and falling, like, I was like, holy shit. And then the 13 Marines who got blown, I was like,
oh, that's horrible.
It is still even hard for me to comprehend to this day.
So you didn't see that coming?
No, I mean,
you hadn't been there in a while, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was last year, I went back and listened to a really old podcast from like 2014 with Joe Rogan and that CIA guy, Mike Baker. Mm-hmm. And it really put a chill up my spine because there was a point in there where Mike Baker basically for, 5-10 minutes, this is 2014, described play-by-play.
No shit.
How it was going to go down to like almost saying like the Saigon type helicopter, which, we've all seen that image. And when I hear that from a guy who obviously was in intel, if you ever really leave, and, has been around, seen this stuff, and it's like, you saw that long before, which means you saw it before that, and other people who are in there have seen it before that. It's like, isn't there a way you could plan this better at least if that's what the fate's gonna be?
I don't know. I don't know if it was planned or he just recognized the patterns, right? Like this happened, more than likely this is gonna be how we leave due to a pattern I've seen in the past. You would think so. I don't know.
I mean, it was just really, it felt like a full breakdown of the command.
It was
watching
sad.
that.
It was embarrassing. It was devastating.
Yeah. Now, did you have a lot of guys obviously have had contacts there, like people who gave them intelligence or even interpreters and stuff who helped them? Did you still have connections with any of your guys who were there?
No. I never really was interested, nor was even given the opportunity to like bond with any local nationals. It was like, you're interpreters, let's go, boom, boom, boom. And like, that's it.
Right.
I was never really interested in making friends. I was like, I'm here to work. That's it.
Yeah, because there were a lot of dudes who literally, like, as civilians now, went over there. And
Yeah.
were like trying to get them out.
Well, there's different. So ODA, Army Unit, their whole thing is like by, through, and with. Like they train foreign nationals and they teach them and they go out and those guys, that's their mission set. Like on paper, like that's what they do. So those guys have really close
Yes.
bonds with guys they've been in gunfights with, have each other's back, probably met their kid or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So those guys are like, that's my boy. We didn't roll like that. It was like, you're our interpreter, let's go. Shut up. Carry, like, that's it. Like that's let's go.
So you didn't have like any see-through to the Afghan army that they were trying to build at the time or anything like that?
We were just going and hitting dudes and coming home.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, some of the stories I've heard, especially like off camera from some of my guys
Yeah.
who were involved with that, they're just like, this was fucked, man. They were just, it was low talent. They're like, we were getting, because like, who wants to go into that and then be found out and then your family killed by the Taliban because you're in this army? So they'd get these guys who were just like shitty, and they're like, yeah, we're going to build an army and spread democracy. Didn't work out that way.
Well, and plus, then you had incidents where the good guys they were training with, they'd be out on patrol doing a mission, and it'd be like 3, 2, 1, and they would all turn and start shooting at the Americans. Like that's happened too.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.